On average, Northwestern dining halls serve between 6,000 and 8,000 meals per day. That's according to Jonathan Miller, the Senior Director of Operations for Compass Group at Northwestern. From all those meals, about 3.6 tons of the waste created are composted each week when the dining halls are at full operations. Most of Northwestern's composting, and its other ways of handling food waste, takes place behind the scenes.
In spring, April, May-ish of 2012, we brought food waste composting to campus and targeted our largest sources of generation of food waste, which was our dining halls, and worked with our food service provider at the time to get it up and running.
In the kitchen, anything, like rinds or bell pepper, pieces that we can't use in food production, those go into the composting bins, and then they go to the back dock where they're picked up by the composting that Northwestern contracts with.
So how does composting work?
We're taking plant material, basically plant material that we don't have a use for. So it could be apple peels, peach seeds, peach pits, or clippings from the yard, grass clippings, and stuff that we have no real use for. We're not going to eat it. We can put all that into a compost pit and let the bacteria and fungi break it down and basically liberate those nutrients so that when we can now put that back on our yard.
Food waste composting is really, to be honest, the most fundamental form of recycling, because you are taking food, product that was grown, harvested, used to feed people, and turning it back into soil that will be used to grow more food that can be harvested and used to feed people. So it is that kind of closed loop.
Like apple peels and peach pits, composting mainly applies to the food that would not be served in the first place. For the food that does get served, Northwestern Dining has other ways to reduce waste.
Our effort is not to have a lot of leftovers, but we're continuous dining, so we always need to have food available. Like if a student walked in at 4:30, right? We can't say, "Oh no, we're closed." We need to have food. So there's always going to be some food. If we can repurpose it into another dish, we'll do that. If not, then we'll donate it.
Anything that was prepared but never went out to serve, that goes and is brought to safe temperature again and put in the freezer fridge space for campus kitchens.
Our main goal is to fight food insecurity while fighting food waste. Essentially, we go collect food from dining halls that doesn't get used, and then we bring it back to our kitchen. We resource that food, and then we give it out to different community partners, whether that be individual families, bigger organizations that are donating food like YWCA or Soup at Six. And then, we're kind of just like a chain in that network of helping food not go to waste.
Reuse in Northwestern's kitchens goes beyond just food. Used cooking oil from dining halls finds a second home down the street at Loyola University, Chicago.
Used cooking oil from most of the universities and museums in Chicago gets collected as part of the Loyola Oil Collection Network. This is run in partnership with a company called Green Grease Environmental. They do some initial filtering to take foodstuffs out, and then they bring it to the Searle Biodiesel Lab at Loyola, where we run an experiential learning program for undergraduate students where they get to work hands-on in a zero waste, circular economy focused setting.
In Wakeman's lab, students work to chemically convert the fatty acid molecules from cooking oil into biodiesel. Biodiesel is a renewable replacement for petroleum diesel fuel. Using biodiesel can reduce your tailpipe emissions and contribution to local air pollution.
Most of the products that we're producing in the Searle Biodiesel Lab are then used by Loyola University. So the biodiesel that we make goes to help run our shuttle buses that are running between our Lakeshore campus in Rogers Park and our Water Tower campus, which is in downtown Chicago. The byproduct, glycerin, is the main chemical byproduct of producing biodiesel. It then goes through a separate chemical process and gets turned into soap. That's the soap that's then used on campus at Loyola University as well. So we've got to focus on zero waste, the circular economy, and then keeping things as hyper-local as possible.
Northwestern's on-campus plans aren't stopping now. Compass Group is in the process of switching its waste tracking system to electronic tablets instead of paper. And soon, Northwestern is looking to implement composting at its Chicago campus. It's also looking to switch to compostable serving containers at Norris and the cafe in Kellogg. Slowly, Northwestern's iconic purple is turning a little more green.